What we thought we knew about the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie has shifted, and now the case has taken on a new urgency and uncertainty that even seasoned investigators find troubling. After days of unanswered questions, conflicting leads, and ransom communications that may or may not be authentic, the search for the 84-year-old woman has entered a new phase, one filled with growing pressure, unexpected developments, and mounting concern from authorities and the public alike. Before we go further, make sure to like this video, share it, and subscribe to Crime Rift for ongoing updates as new information becomes available. Engagement matters in cases like this because visibility keeps pressure on, and pressure can lead to answers. Now, let's continue. Days have passed since Nancy Guthrie was last seen at her Tucson home. The initial shock has turned into an intense and exhaustive search. The Pima County Sheriff's Department, alongside the FBI, continues to treat the case as an active criminal investigation, one that officials believe involves foul play. Authorities have even said they still believe Nancy may be alive, even though no direct proof of life has emerged. One of the most high-profile developments in the case is the receipt of multiple ransom notes. At least 2 separate communications have been sent to media outlets, including one to TMZ and one to KOLD News. These notes contain specific demands, including a requirement for payment in Bitcoin and deadlines that have since passed, though law enforcement has not confirmed whether they are authentic or connected to a genuine captor. The family has responded publicly. In a video message released online, Savannah Guthrie, daughter of Nancy and co-anchor of the Today Show, and her siblings pleaded directly with whoever is holding their mother. They said, "We will pay," and used language that some former law enforcement officials described as a carefully chosen code word, signaling a desire for peaceful resolution rather than confrontation. Former FBI negotiators have explained that in hostage negotiations, every word matters. Choosing terms like "celebrate" in this context could suggest an effort to communicate hope and calm, rather than anger or distress, a tactic that might be part of a broader strategy advised by law enforcement negotiators on behalf of the Guthrie family. But even with these communications and public appeals, there has been no direct contact from any verified captor, no tangible proof that Nancy is being held somewhere specific, and no confirmed evidence that she is alive. That uncertainty has left investigators navigating a maze of leads, some promising, some contradictory, and some downright frustrating. In the first days after Nancy's disappearance, law enforcement focused on evidence at her home. DNA confirmed that blood found on her front porch was hers, reinforcing the belief that she did not leave voluntarily. Cameras around the house had been disabled or removed, and investigators believe someone interfered with surveillance equipment in a way that suggested prior knowledge or intent. Search and rescue efforts have been extensive. Ground units, K-9 teams, drones, and air support scoured nearby desert terrain, trails, and remote areas. Deputies have even conducted searches of septic tanks and manholes on the property, showing the depth to which investigators are willing to go in hopes of finding evidence. At the family's request, the Pima County Sheriff's Department is now maintaining a continuous police presence at Nancy's home for security purposes. This move was designed to protect the scene from media, onlookers, and unauthorized access, but also to shield the space from interference that could compromise evidence. Despite these efforts, no suspects, persons of interest, or vehicles linked to the case have been publicly identified. Sheriff Chris Nanos and FBI officials have stated that the investigation remains active and follow-ups continue at multiple locations connected to the case, including searches around the Tucson area and at locations near family homes. Adding to the complexity of the investigation, authorities seized a blue SUV believed to be connected to the case, along with a surveillance camera from the roof of Nancy's residence. A camera that neighbors noticed seemed unusually clean, prompting renewed scrutiny. One arrest has been made. A man was taken into custody for sending a fake ransom text demanding Bitcoin, an attempt to exploit the situation. The FBI has stated that they will hold anyone accountable who tries to profit from this tragedy. The FBI and Pima County Sheriff's Department have also launched a public outreach effort, including billboard ads in multiple cities, such as Houston, El Paso, San Antonio, and Dallas, to boost visibility and encourage anyone with information to come forward. These digital billboards display Nancy's photo, identifying details, and the FBI tip line, a strategy that has contributed to multiple captures in past investigations. In addition to billboard efforts, a reward of up to $50,000 has been offered for information leading to Nancy's recovery or the arrest and conviction of anyone involved in her disappearance. Tips can be submitted anonymously to the FBI or the Pima County Sheriff's Department. While the FBI and local authorities pursue every credible lead, public attention has also brought expert commentary questioning aspects of the case. A former FBI assistant director recently voiced skepticism about whether the incident should be labeled a straightforward kidnapping, pointing to the lack of confirmed proof of life and the complexity of the ransom notes, which have included fluctuating demands and varying credibility. Some retired law enforcement officials believe opportunists may be exploiting the situation, sending bogus messages under the guise of ransom demands, capitalizing on national attention without actual custody of the missing woman. This complicates the investigation because law enforcement must thoroughly vet each communication before classifying it as legitimate. Despite these challenges, authorities and family members continue to move forward with the assumption that Nancy may still be alive. Several leaders in the investigation have emphasized that without proof of life or evidence that she is deceased, law enforcement will continue to look for her. The sheriff has urged anyone with information, no matter how small, to reach out. This appeal echoes on social media, news outlets, and through formal law enforcement channels, because sometimes the smallest tip, the overlooked detail, or the memory of a passing moment can unlock the answers a family has been searching for. In the meantime, the public face of the investigation has shifted from urgency to observation. No official press briefings are currently scheduled, though authorities have said that if something significant happens, they will hold one. Meanwhile, investigators are reviewing accumulated messages, searching potential areas beyond the immediate neighborhood, and continuing forensic analysis of evidence collected at various locations. Footage from nearby stores, traffic cameras, and surveillance systems outside the immediate scene are being combed for anything that might illuminate Nancy's last known movements. Investigators are also examining whether unusual devices or movements occurred near vulnerable points, such as exits from her neighborhood, that might provide insights into where she was taken. Meanwhile, the emotional toll remains palpable. Nancy's children, including Savannah, have stepped away from regular professional duties to focus entirely on the search and the emotional well-being of the family. Members of the community continue to hold candlelight vigils, signs of love, hope, and unity in the face of a mystery that refuses to fade. As the investigation enters its 9th day, the situation remains tense. The latest deadline mentioned in one alleged ransom note is approaching, and the family's careful, measured response has focused on ensuring their mother's safe return rather than escalation. Officials involved in hostage negotiation analysis have said the wording in public statements appears crafted to encourage peaceful engagement, not confrontation. Still, there is no confirmation that any deadlines have been honored by whoever may be responsible, or whether the messages are authentic at all. Law enforcement continues to treat each communication with caution, verifying content and cross-referencing details to determine legitimacy. In this climate of uncertainty, one thing remains clear: investigators have not given up. They continue to scour evidence, examine leads, and stay focused on finding Nancy Guthrie. Authorities remind the public that despite intense media coverage, misinformation and hoaxes will surface, and only credible information will help bring resolution. Before you go, if you're following this story, your engagement matters. Like this video to show that Nancy's disappearance still has attention. Share it with others who may know something. Leave a respectful comment with the detail that surprised you most or the question that still troubles you. Did you notice the shift in ransom demands? Do you think someone close to the family might know more than they've said? Or do you believe this could be an opportunist case disguised as something more sinister? Scroll down and share your perspective. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Crime Rift and turn on notifications. We will continue to track this case as it develops, And if anything significant changes, you'll be among the first to know. Nancy Guthrie is still missing. Her family is still waiting. And investigators are still searching, one lead at a time. Because sometimes the smallest detail is the one that finally breaks the silence. This is Crime Rift,